Folio 29 verso continues with the 14th, 15th and 16th plays, which are related to each other. The 14th play is almost identical, or probably identical, to the 6th play, where you enter on the inside and do a disarm or a ligadura mezzana, and the 15th and 16th plays are alternative counters to that. Let's have a look. So, from the crossing, I'm going to enter on the inside, come up under the arms, and from here I can do a disarm. He also says, yeah, you see how it's just stripped out of your hand there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he refers to the disarm of the dagger, and he also says this prevents the other takings of the sword, which we're about to see later. Okay, nice, isn't it?
Yep.
However, if I enter in and I get the ligadura mezzana, it's slightly different. But we've seen this several times before, so let's immediately move on to the counter. So, Jessica, you get to wrap me up.
I do.
Yeah, so close that line.
There we are.
Enter on the inside, wrap me up. Okay, now, he doesn't actually show the counter to this one. We take this one from the dagger. Okay, so as you're going to turn me, go ahead. I turn my sword this way, and you can't document this precisely, but if you think about the first master of the dagger, that disarm that's coming in on this side, and you make this turn. If we're here, and she's turning me this way, and I make this turn, it's nasty, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay? That is not in the text, it's not in the pictures, but it's implied, because if there's a counter that works in one place and he says this is the same sort of technique, that counter should also work. Okay, so let's just have a look at that one again. She enters in underneath to do that disarm, and I turn my sword, like so. Now, if she reaches over the top and wraps my arms, okay, now, the same thing that works just fine with the 4th player, the first master of the dagger, works here, only I get even more leverage. So I turn my pommel out, which protects my elbow, grab the blade of my sword, which gives me a great big lever, and put her in the ligadura sottana. The 16th play is an alternative way of doing that counter. So what happens is, as she enters in, as she wraps me up, I just drop the point of my sword over, so my blade's now under the chin. Now, Jess, what I'd like you to do is crank my elbow, please. See what happens? Mm-hmm. So the harder she cranks, the worse it is for you. Agreed?
Yes. Yeah.
So, in comes the bind. Oh no, there it is. Mm-hmm. Now, in my experience, if the wrap is coming in and you're a little late to turn and get this counter, you can feel that's not very strong, is it?
No.
Right? Because I'm a little late to kind of pop your shoulder open, then I just, give me some pressure. Then I just grab my blade and I can rescue myself this way. Okay, go ahead and crank. So we're across to the middle of the sword, and the 14th play either underneath, and you get a disarm type thing, like the disarm of the dagger in the first master, or you end up deeper in, getting a wrap. Okay? Quite straightforward. Let's do that again. So, if Jessica comes to do the disarm, right, I just turn my sword this way. Okay? And all of these counters are going to have that same turn. Fiore does not show this one. Isn't that lovely? Mm-hmm. Now, if she comes in for the wrap, that same turn gives me this. Let's do that again real slow.
Yeah.
Feel it?
Yeah.
And alternatively, I could go to the 16th play, where that comes under the jaw. And you're running away from it already, Jessica.
Yeah.
Because it's horrible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Go on, you know you want to crank my elbow. Okay. Now, as a left-hander, none of these things will happen. If you're cross-handed, these things won't happen. If you're both left-handed, of course, it's just a mirror image. But if I was left-handed, there really isn't a circumstance where Jessica's left hand is going to come in and do that disarm in that direction.
No.
No. So we don't have proper cross-handed versions of this. What you would do if the person is entering in with their left hand like that, so if I'm left-handed and we're here, if you're coming in to, for example, grab my hands, I push the elbow. There are alternatives, but that's like the simplest get out of jail free card against that entry if you're cross-handed.